I'm Joshua, and this is the first of, I hope, many tutorials, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, let's open up Blender. Now we're going to make a scene a lot like this where there's a door, here's the player, and once we get within range of the sensor, it tells the doors to open. Once we walk out of range of the sensor, it'll close, so the player can't just open it from the other side. Like so. 0, P. It opens up. We walk through. It shuts. And the way I'm doing it is kind of different from the way most people use Logic is you have to select each item and then this square the last because it has a property, and if you select them in a different order the property won't show up. It's Boolean. Pretty much near, and I have it set for the player. Yeah, the player. So it's 7 that it's true, and then it resets at 17. So the player has to be within 7 units for the doors to open, and 17 for them to close. It's going through an XOR. You can use an AND too, but I plan on having another door like this that I can have another property that has to be true for it to open up. And over here, it's just telling the door to play the animation, and it's in Flipper. So it's going from close to open, and then once the player's out of range, it closes. It just plays it backwards. And I have it set on both doors because it's the same item. It's just flipped around on the y-axis. So this one opens up, and that one opens up. And you might be wondering what this green thing underneath the player is. It's just a sensor for the jump. And it works on any collision as long as it's the right kind of physics. Like before, this floor is just static, and it had no check mark on the physics type. I'll show you. This wasn't checked, collision bounds, and I couldn't jump on it, even though it was an actor, and that's all it's looking for is if the sensor's colliding with an actor, then jump can happen. So I had to change it to a convex hull. I'm sure others work, it's just that worked for me. And pretty much what we'll be doing is opening up another scene, taking in what we need, and then just building it up. So let's do that. Let's go back into the default. And then new scene. Copy settings, copy linked objects. Now just do a full copy and delete the stuff we don't need. And then, yeah, we're in it. Let's call it my scene. That doesn't look right. SCENE. Click out. Okay. So let's delete a few things. delete the lamps. Alt Z takes you out of what is this, wireframe? Alt Z takes you into textured. And we still have the lights and this little door. So now we just have to break the logic. I think I can do that just by bringing one item into a different layer, bringing it back, or just leaving that layer and then connect the logic bricks. So M. Now it shouldn't work, I think. Nope. Shows how much I know. Maybe that property's not being used yet. Maybe that was for the second door. So if I move this, nope. Well, yeah. We can make a new door. I don't have to use the exact same. Pretty much just what that. Bring that out to the side. Shift S, bring cursor to selected. Space, add cube. 7.5Z. The colon over at the numpad brings you into whatever you're selected. Zoom out a little bit. SY. SX. Alright, there I guess. SZ. Alt Z. Now I just have to animate it. How do we want this to open? That might be. So we're at 0. Visible location might work. Don't think I'm gonna rotate it. And I bring it over here. I think the other doors moved back. I might just have to delete those. Okay. G for grab. Z. That looks good. I. And I don't want it to be going at the same speed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to delete those doors. They're getting annoying. That might be okay, but we can still stick a keyframe in the center. Change the speed out a little bit. GZ. What? No, that's not right. Why didn't that work? Grab Z. And then if we go up here, it's going to speed it up. If we bring it down here, it's going to slow down the beginning of the animation. So it's all your preference. I think slow at the beginning and then it speeds up would be cool. And then play it. Not as quick as I want it, so if I just move that over a little bit, get rid of that keyframe. Although as soon as I move it, it's gonna go back, whatever. Grab Z. Or is this gonna speed it up a little bit? Whatever, I don't know. Hit the play. Did I forget to hit I? Yes, I did. G, Z, I. It's not awful. I'm just too picky, I guess. All of them are horrible. Horrible. Yep, going against everything I should and just using the original 2 frames. Because everything I came up with is just poop. Poop. If I slowed down the very end. Around here, bring it from there, over here. GZ. I. Okay, I just sped it up. Got that backwards. Remove the keyframe. If I want to slow down the last fourth, how do I do that? So I want this to take longer. I just make a keyframe there. And then what's the height? N. Oh, that was out. Z is 1.5. No, that's scale. Location. It's not showing anything. Now it is. Control C for copy. And then I go down a few more frames. Control V, enter, and down just a bit. I. Still have 5 on. looks good. So it's 0. No, that looks like it's off a bit. It's 1, 2, 120. Okay, so now we can go into logic, game logic. And this is still the other scene, so we want to bring it to my scene. Shift, middle mouse. Oh, it's still over there. I need to bring there. Action. Name of the animation. I don't think we named it. That's one thing we might want to do. Animation. Still the other scene. And is it action editor we want to name it? Yeah. Door. That should do it. We can hit the F in case we're not using it, doesn't get deleted. Go back to game logic. And we want flipper. This one we can use an and because we're not planning on not having it open for any reason if it's in range. And now we can select the sensor with a shift right click, and that's just cube 6. Add a near, draw that up to its and. I don't think we need an and for the cube. Last time it was like 5 or 6. And it reset at 17. And was it a property? I don't know if it was. So we can check it out. Go to the other scene. I thought that was the one with the near. Which one had the near? The doors themselves? That doesn't make any sense. No, it says door sensor. I don't know. So it has a logic on it, it's just not showing me when I only select it. It's kind of weird. So yeah, there's the near 717, and the property is player. So any item with the property name player, it's going to trigger the sensor to open up the door. So we can go back into the other scene, the one we're working in. Might as well make that 7. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. And were any of these checked? No. Okay. So it should work. Or not. Maybe because this cube is the wrong cube. Is this the cube? I have no idea what cube 6 is. Because this is door sensor. So it still has the logic from when we copied it over. Maybe now it might work. No, because this item isn't connected to the door. Okay. I don't think we need that property, do we? Nope. I can test if we need it by... This is door 2. Still working without that property, so it's just the near, the sensor, and the property player. Now we shouldn't be able to trigger it by being on the other side, coming back at the door. Yep. So pretty much what I was going for with the last game design competition was my player would be in like a hallway, no other exit but this one. He'd walk in, there'd be a green light over this door. He comes up to it, but it won't open. There's gonna be like 4 doors off to the sides. This one's gonna be like closing non-stop on like an arm. It was gonna be like a zombie level. Pretty much the noise alerted the other zombies. They just all start crawling through the broken doors until the player kills so many, and then the door opens up. So, kind of like Metroid, you have to kill all the enemies before you can proceed. But yeah, that concludes this tutorial. I know it's a messed up way of doing logic bricks, because if you select one item, it doesn't really show what's underneath it. But if you select all of them in the right order, it's kind of nifty. But yeah, I hope this helps some of you. And yeah, bye.